Okay, so I think the lighting might not be this bad right now. And I think it's just because everything's well lit and we're...
Yeah, it's recording.
What was I gonna say? Where I am. I keep forgetting I could do that. So today, I just got off work. It's almost 7, but I did stop by Coffee Bean first to stock up on Winter's Dream since I am not coming back. Or I don't know if I am coming back tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but the rest of the week. So decided to stock up and got 3 boxes or tins of Winter's Dream tea. I could have gotten more because they are running out. It's like their last little stash, but I also don't want to spend all my money on tea, which I would probably do if I had a job, but I don't, so, or I don't have a permanent job. So because of that, the guy actually gave me a large one on the house, a large latte. So, but it spilled a little bit on my car, so I had to like clean it with the only thing I had, which was James' oddly small scarf that I still have not given back, and he just said to kind of keep or whatever. So maybe I'll wash it for him and like give it back, or I'll keep it. But it's extremely small, so I really don't know what he uses it for. The ones I gave him are definitely much more useful and his size, and therefore, because he could actually wrap it a couple times around his neck, he could actually stay warm. But anyway, I do have some bad news. I did not get the post-BA job. I actually got the notice this morning, but that's okay because they did say that they'll keep me, in mind for any future projects. So at least I'm promising enough that they would be willing to bring me back, if they need extra help. The other thing is, I was able to I am rescheduling my interview that I was supposed to have this morning. So yeah, and all that. And Danny, actually offered to, he's like, actually, I got some interviews next week, so give me your email and your phone number, and that way I can, if I hear anything, I can mention your name. So that was actually really awesome of him. We actually had a really great lunch. We ended up going to lunch together today because we both wanted Chipotle, and we were, he's like, hey, he's like, are you doing lunch? Or like, what are you doing for lunch? He's like, do you want me to pick anything up for you? So we ended up just walking there, and then we're like, we should just eat here. So I went to Chipotle and I ate half the burrito, which I was actually like not full, but I just didn't want to overdo it because then I knew I was gonna be dying. Although I kind of wish I would have eaten it all because I was kind of hungry. I'm kind of hungry now. I feel I could have, or I was like hungry towards the last hour, but I was also drinking a lot of water and eating a lot of salty chips because I got the chips from there and they were extremely salted this time, so I just gave them to Danny on his way out. So I was the last one out on our team, but there was still some people there, so they could, I'm like, okay, but I don't have a key. He's like, you don't need a key. He's like, they'll do it. I was like, coolness. So yeah, I don't know if there's anyone behind me, like, watching me. There's a few people. It's a public parking space where I parked, or I would park for this job. I'm kind of sad to leave because I actually really enjoyed the job, even though I've only been here for a week. It was like the greatest thing ever. I was super close to home. It was really chill. I got to do stuff that I actually want to do. I mean, yes, it's computer stuff. Yes, it sometimes like becomes just mundane, but at the same time, I just put my podcasts on, put my audiobooks on, my music or whatever, just kind of like went with it. I didn't put Netflix this time because it's A, very distracting, and B, because just like I have to be looking at the screen and it can like, and looking at different things, and so it's just kind of, I don't know, it was just more difficult, I guess, and stuff because it was like a different program. And so the way it was set up, it was like that. And this guy's just looking at me like, what the fuck is she doing? This bitch. But yeah, other than that, it was a pretty good day at work. I did apply to more jobs. I'll probably apply to more jobs once I get home. Probably get home, warm the rest of my burrito up, and edit. Since I don't really have to clean my room necessarily, I might dust it and vacuum really quick, or sweep it because our vacuum broke. And then kind of go to editing. I know I said I was going to be editing the vlogs, the current vlogs, just so it's up to date and I'm not like talking like, hey, well, a few years in a few months or a year or two, when you see this, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, I kind of need to stay current, and then anything else that I'm able to upload, you know, that's past, and I could do it that way. So I have to do that, and I have to edit other stuff, but I also have to clear my computer, so that's the fun stuff that I'm going to be doing. And I have to do a few blogs that I've been meaning to write and post up, and I haven't because I was concentrating on the Oscars. So the only Oscar related thing, I'll probably review a little bit of fashion, but that's it. So yeah, and if you haven't checked my blog out, then you could, the link's down below. I'm gonna get myself home, and then I'll talk to you guys before I go to bed, I guess. So it is 4 in the morning, and I am about to go to bed, because that's what I should have done 4 hours ago. But I was editing and making thumbnails and all that, well, for one video, for the vlog from yesterday. So yeah, I'm just gonna start putting up the vlogs. But I do want to know if you guys want me to make weekly vlogs, since obviously I suck at editing, so that might actually be easier for me, but it's also really weird because I vlog daily anyway. But it might work for me to just do one weekly vlog and still vlog every day, but just, since sometimes I vlog snippets, but I don't know, it's weird. I guess we'll see. But if you guys like want the daily vlogs, I could do that. If not, then I could do the weekly vlogs. It's all up to you, really. So yeah, the other exciting news for the evening after I got home, because I mean, work was work. I can't really tell you too much about work, and I didn't really do anything other than shot shoots again. So today was my last day there, which was sad. But I came home and I ate the rest of my Chipotle, and I did go to Barnes & Noble's and buy this dictionary thing that I am maybe half keeping, half giving to James. I also got the tea, like I said, and yeah. But and I was just catching up on like whatever was on the DVR, old Saturday Night Lives and all that stuff while I was trying to edit. But really, first I had to transfer stuff onto my external hard drives and makes room on the computer for me to edit, and it wasn't happening at first. It was just kind of acting weird, and there's some videos that were corrupted. Just didn't want to do it. Some stuff wasn't like copying at all, and so it was just weird. But anyway, I think I fixed it for the most part. So I have space now, and then I'm going to be editing all day tomorrow is my plan. Anyway, I'm going to try not to be lazy and just kind of edit, and just take breaks with Charlie. So I'll probably be putting timers so that I have to create blog posts. I have to, like, just a lot of blog posts that I have to put up, and take pictures and edit those pictures, and then edit videos. So there's a lot to do, and I will probably try to film a video as well and clean my room and apply to jobs while I wait for my new interview schedule. So yeah, but anyway, that's not the exciting news. The exciting news is that I am now on Tinder. I was very resistant, and I still don't really quite, A, I don't really quite get it, and B, I mean, I get what it's for and stuff, but anyway, it's not, and I mean, this was my own choice to actually get it. It's not like I was like, oh, well, my friends keep saying I should get it. I mean, yes, they did, Twin especially, but I actually have a very personal reason, I guess, for actually creating a Tinder. The thing is that as much as I try to kind of deny it to myself, I am growing a little attached to James, like he suspected. I don't know, I feel like I'm in those really beginning phases of possibly falling for him, like really falling for him. But I think the other part is that because Julia put so much into my mind and stuff, and I've been thinking about him so much, that I've almost talked myself into it, so I kind of want to slow my roll there. And because he's not a big texter, you know, and I'm trying not to be that big of a texter, at least, you know, being a pest and everything, I thought that by getting a Tinder, I could not go on these dates, really. I mean, if I really wanted to, I guess I could. That would be a very big maybe. Because I actually don't do it for the purpose of dating. It's more like, at least this way I have something to distract me not to think about James, or not to think about texting James constantly. So this is a cure for it. I could have gotten a game, but just because I want to like be texting someone or something, then I thought this was maybe possibly the best way to do it. But I already had the funniest conversation with one guy. I think his name is, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say his name. Although I did find a lot of Matts, which is weird because my ex was Matt. My first boyfriend was Matt. It's just really weird to me. There's a couple of James that I found, but mostly, yeah. Anyways, I guess I will say this guy's name. This guy named Andrew. If he sees this, oh well. I doubt it. I didn't put that I was on YouTube or anything. But anyway, this guy Andrew was like, hey there. I was like, hey. And he was asking me what I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm just watching TV. I'm like, what about you? He's like, oh, I'm drinking and playing cards. I was like, okay, I'm like, cool. I was like, what do you want me to say to that? Like, oh my god, yeah, that's so rad. No, I just said I was like, cool. He's like, do you want to hang tonight? I was like, not really. He's like, he goes, why not? I was like, eh. I'm like, well, I'm actually watching TV with friends. He's like, oh, he's like, well, he's like, well, if you come over, we can cuddle and watch a movie. I was like, I'm good. And he's like, he goes, this is your one chance. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this must be the apocalypse or something. I'm like, of course it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, you have to have zombies nowadays. And then he's like, oh, is that so? I'm like, yep. He's like, well, don't you need someone to protect you? I was like, no, I think I can handle it. So basically, like, I don't know, it was funny. Not that he didn't, like, necessarily turn me on. I was just, like, messing with him, really. So it was, it wasn't even that. Because I could have, but I mean, first of all, I just did not want to get out of bed. I was in my PJs already. So I was like, I don't really want to go. But I also don't want to sound like I'm lame. Or tell people that I live with my parents. Necessarily. Unless they really get pushy, then I could be like, no, you can't come pick me up because I live with my parents. So yeah, so that's been the extent of my Tinder. I did find some really cute guys, which I was surprised at. No, like, just, I'm gonna be honest, they were cute. They were really, really cute. Some were even interesting, and I might possibly want to get to know on a friend's basis, or potentially just texting a lot with. But yeah, and again, like, I mean, we're not dating necessarily exclusively. I just happen to just be dating James, but he's giving me the, hey, like, if you want to date other people, it's totally fine, just, like, let me know so we're safe about stuff, or, or I know where we stand kind of thing. But yeah, that's been it. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll brush my teeth and go to bed and take Charlie with me because he's been crying and it's 4 a.m. and I just shut down my computer, so I will work in the morning. I will try to go work out in the morning as well because I haven't worked out in forever. And I have to read, so lots of stuff to do, but good thing my room's not that messy. I just have to learn not to be lazy tomorrow. But anyway, good night.